session around maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I try to demonstrate how exactly we are going to take the subject, like what should be the procedure, and taking example of the polity subject. As we know, polity is one of the most important subject because of the number of questions. We decide the importance of a subject, what UPSC gives importance. So for that, I'll try to be brief and try to explain it. Okay, so to start with, polity, first thing we need to know is the syllabus. Before starting this, I considered two facts why you are here. One might be like you might have covered your basics of the subject, of all subject. You are here, what I assume, you need the preparation for any subject considering the exam of the prelims. What is the demand of the syllabus? What is the demand of the exam? That specificity is required, first thing. Second, it might be possible you have not covered the subject in the foundation course or by yourself. So you need the complete polity understanding. But since it is a crash course, we have to be very specific, very strategic. When I say we have to be strategic, yes, we need to understand what is the syllabus, but at the same time, we have to be targeted to target particular topics which are highly important. That way we can score. When I say we have to be strategic, one thing we have to remember, we have to take risk. We can't cover everything, thinking like this might come, that also come, I should cover that also. If you go by that, that means you're not going with strategy. Whenever you become strategic, you carry some element of risk. And with this also, we will be targeting, but it should be the scientific strategy. It should not be like the randomly you're choosing the topic. So this is the syllabus, you are aware about it. I think they have provided in the PDF also. It's available. I don't have to explain this, right? So it is available on the syllabus. But what is important here is to understand the polity on an average 18 questions are coming. I have analyzed the previous year question from 2015 to 2025, that is 11 years. And interestingly, what I found out that there are around 186 question has been asked in 11 years. So on an average, every year, how many they are asking? What is the average? 18 question. 17 to 18 question on an average we can expect from not only polity. Please don't assume that only polity. It's polity and governance. It's difficult to segregate the governance part from the polity part. So we have taken together here. Now let's go deeper into this polity subject. What you find out here is that these are the 8 topics where UPSC you can consider as the favorite area of UPSC. Now here what type of question? Fundamental right, DPSP, fundamental duty and preamble. Now you will say that why we have kept all of them together. Because the nature of the question is not only on the fundamental right, not only on the DPSP, they will intermix them and they will ask us question based on that. So when we are going to cover the polity, we are going to club them and cover as one topic, you can say, where we will, it's like the constitutional philosophy. The philosophy of the constitution are here. And through this, almost around 35 questions has been asked in this year. You can say 3.5 average. 3 to 4 questions they are asking from these topics. Very important. The second is the parliament, where almost 30 questions. Again, around 3 questions are coming. Then the political system, that is parliamentary system, federalism, these kind of topics, the conceptual part they are asking. Salient features of the constitution, like there is secularism type, socialism, these keywords are there. And there are important features of it, which they are asking under this. Executive, which involves the state executive as well as the central executive. Executive, which are involved in executive, who are executives? Like president, governor, right? Prime minister, council of ministers. These topics will be covered. Then judiciary. Judiciary will involve what? Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts, lower courts, right? Along with that, there are a different system of justice evolving, which are called as the alternative dispute resolution, like lok adalats, tribunals, They also, it has to be covered based on the what importance UPSC is giving. Then amendment has been the important topic. Local government, including the scheduled area and tribal area. Local bodies cover three things: panchayat, second municipality, third scheduled areas, fifth schedule and sixth schedule. We'll cover within that. Other things like the center-state relation, election, making of constitution, state legislature, bodies, constitutional body and the non-constitutional body, emergency, citizenship, union and its territories have been given less importance. That means it's not like we won't cover them, but when we will cover them, we will invest more time on these 8 topics. We'll invest less time on this. Same thing when you will revise, make sure that you give high importance to these 2 topics, then the later ones. Okay, and then these 2 has to be more current affairs. We observe like the governance topic is mentioned in the main syllabus mode, but here how we are going to cover, almost a very high number of questions has been asked. Here UPSC asked on the schemes. For example, in 2025, what they ask is that different boards they ask. Boards like rubber board, coir board, turmeric board, some boards they can ask. Now there are so many such bodies are there. We cannot cover each and everything. So here integrating with current affairs become important. We need to identify which bodies, which kind of schemes, which kind of issues are highly in the news in this segment in order to tackle this governance topic. Okay, understood what they are asking? Now here becomes second thing important is that from where we have to cover apart from the classes which we are going to get. So here let me be very clear with respect to the sources. You told us like the parliament is important, but parliament is a huge subject, huge topic. If you open the Lakshmikant, you will find like the almost around 100 pages there in the parliament. Now it becomes more important for us to go within the parliament topic and analyze that what exactly they are asking within the parliament. And if you go inside within the parliament and you analyze the last 11 years, you will find that the procedures in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, which thing can be done by Lok Sabha, some things can be, special power is there in the Rajya Sabha. They ask comparative questions. So the issues related to or the facts which are there in the 2 sources, one is the constitution, second is the rules of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And the parliamentary, what you can say that the proceedings, parliamentary, what you can say that some standards are there, some Supreme Court judgments are there. So related to the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha in last 11 year, we found the 9 questions. Very interestingly, this part bills almost 23 questions. Now in today's class, we are going to cover these bills. You will understand what type of question they are asking and everything based on the analysis. 23 questions. Parliamentary proceeding, the question are, you must have heard like there is no confidence motion. Such kind of questions they are asking under this. The fourth aspect is committees, especially those 3 financial committees. Public Accounts Committee, what is second? Estimate Committee, and third, Committee on Public Sector Undertaking. In last year, they asked one committee in the 2024, that is Ethics Committee. I'll say we generally don't cover Ethics Committee, but they asked. And I think this is very small paragraph is mentioned in the Lakshmika. But they asked more detail. Now, you know why they asked? Because this was highly in the news. Moiba Moitri, this is one MP from the West Bengal. There was a case against CAS for query case. That means he took CAS allegations, he took CAS to ask question in the parliament. So that was highly debated news. And that case went to Ethics Committee. And that way, this came in the news and that's why UPSC asked the question. So, these kind of questions should not be taken as a standard question. These are the current affairs question. Okay. So, this is the analysis of the parliament topic. So, what we got is that, okay, polity has syllabus. There are different topics. Out of this, parliament is one of the important topic. Within the parliament, these 4 are the most important topics where the questions are frequently coming. Here, bills like bills question, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, parliamentary proceeding and committees. Clear? Now, when they are asking bills, Now we have to go into this subtopic and cover that topic. We will cover our complete parliament, but our focus will be more on these 4 aspects. So in today's class, we are going to see that what type of question they are asking on the bill. These are the other topics which we will cover in our polity class. But today I want to emphasize because more questions is coming on the subtopic called bill. When you identify the micro themes, micro topics within the topic of subtopic of bill, what type of question? One is that this is CAB. CAB means Constitutional Amendment Bill. 2 questions they have asked. Second, Private Member Bill. Third, Money Bill. 6 question. Money Bill covers your budget, finance bill, all financial related bills. Bill lapse. This question has been asked by UPSC 2 times that if let's say Lok Sabha is dissolved, will the pending bill will lapse or not? Such kind of question they have asked twice. Now procedure, that is how the bill is passed. Different sessions happen, sitting and how it goes, then assent of president, those all things. And one more is the ordinance. This is also the law making process, but made by the executive. So these are the 5 micro themes, 6 micro themes. And here also you can clearly see that this topic is highly important. Money bill. Clear? Now when we go this way, this is called as a strategic preparation. In the foundation course, we prepare the complete subject, but in the crash course, we can't go like that. We have to be strategic and try to identify which are the areas UPSC picking questions. And in this, we are going to go in this manner. Now, let's take one topic here. Like for example, the bills. We know what is the meaning of bill. What is a bill, by the way? Initial draft, or you can say it's a proposal to make a law. Initial proposal to make a law, which is not a final one. Okay, so bill is nothing but a proposal for law. Now this bill goes through the different procedure and finally becomes what? Act. Now it becomes an act, and in between there are different procedures. It goes to the one house, then second house, then assent of the governor or the president, and becomes the act. Right? Now this bill can be of different types. So what UPSC is asking is that bill types. Now this bill type can be seen from the 2 point of view. Based on introduction of bill. That means who is introducing the bill. Second type can be based on procedure required for the bill. Based on the procedure. What procedure is required to pass a bill? Now here, if you want to classify it, based on the introduction, it can be of 2 types. What are the 2 types? Either it can be the private member bill, or second is called as the public bill. It is also called as the government bill. Government bill. Now what is the difference between them? What are the features of them? Should be studied. And UPSC is asking question on those features. Now every feature is not available in the constitution, because you know that the constitution have very limited content. So they created the rules of Lok Sabha contains how should the private member bill introduce, what are the features and other things. So that is mentioned in the Lakshmikant. It's not a big thing. Similarly, based on the procedure, there can be the different types. What are the procedure? First is called as the ordinary bill. Second, money bill. You have finance bill, and you have constitutional amendment bill. As we know that there are slight differences in terms of how this bill will be passed. And UPSC picks question on those differences. Some bills cannot be introduced in Rajya Sabha. Some bill cannot be returned by the president, like the constitutional amendment bill. So those are the critical aspects, critical points where UPSC will try to trap us. And while preparing them, we have to be underlining them, we have to revise them multiple times in order to identify those loopholes and solve some question, such question. right? So these are the classification. Now we cannot cover in today's class everything, but let's, for an example, let's take this private member bill. Why I'm taking this private member bill today is because of this. If you have seen recent the budget session before this winter session happened, and before that also, this private member bill became high in the news. It was highly debated. Because of the government is dominating on the bill making or the law making, the private members are not getting space. So it was highly in the Hindu news and other thing. You can see the almost so many articles 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. So this is in the news. Bills presented by the different, like you must have heard this, National Commission for Men. This was under the news, right? So the point here is the concept is not this. You know that it cannot be passed, private member bills, it's difficult to be passed. But this concept, what is private member bill, can be asked by the UPSC. And it's not like that they have not asked. 2017, they have already asked this question. And what they have asked, what they are asking is that, with reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statement. A private member bill is a bill presented by a member of Parliament who is not elected but only nominated by the President of India. Let's not solve it. Let's understand what they're asking. Okay. Second, recently a private member bill has been passed in the Parliament of India for the first time in its history. Now, if you analyze this question, what exactly they are trying to ask? Two things. One is the student is aware about the basic of private member bill or not. Like what is private member bill? Second, is the student is aware about what is happening currently or not? Or he just or she just studied it. So the second statement is to let you know or to basically test you whether you are aware about what is happening currently or not. That means the current affairs can be integrated with the static, and that is they are doing in the almost all subject, right? So previous year question also they have asked. They have asked it's in the news, and that's why I think personally this private member bill is a very important topic in this year exam. Okay, so this is the thing. And here, if you see that the private member bill, simple points we need. We don't need the huge explanation. Simple. Private member bill is that bill which is presented by non-minister. The MP who is not a minister. Okay. That means if not a minister means who can be? If you take the member of parliament, who are the member of parliament? Can you classify the member of parliament? Yes, excellent point. That is first thing, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. That means UPSC can make the statement, private member bills are those bills which is presented only in Lok Sabha. It cannot be presented in Rajya Sabha. Such kind of sentence can be made, but that is wrong. It can be presented by either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Now, if you take the MPs can further classified as nominated, elected, any other? Ruling, opposition, excellent, any other? Minister, non-minister. Okay, let's come to the C. One way of classifying the MP is ruling party, opposition. That is non-ruling party member. Okay. Now, a second, what you said? Yes. Nominated, elected. Excellent. Now you see, if you go deeper, how UPSC can trap us? They can trap us that it is presented by the opposition party. If you have not covered, confusion can arise. Because it is saying the private member. Okay, government, if it is party member, it is ruling party, that will be the public because they are in the government. Or if they use the bill name instead of public bill, they use the government bill. Or now if they say that it is presented only by opposition, then we might get confused. Yes or no? Right? So here remember, ruling party MPs can be a minister, can be a non-minister. Do you think all MPs in the ruling party are minister? No. Around 300 MPs, 250 MPs are there in the BJP. All are not MPs, all minister. Na? So remember, the private member bill are those bills which are presented by only and only ministers. It can be from the ruling party, it should be from ruling party. Even if the ruling party, but if that MP is not a minister, and if he or she present any bill, that will be called as private member bill. Only if ministers is publishing a bill, that is only the public bill, or you can say government bill. Rest all are private member bill. Okay, this is only the public bill. Whether it is opposition, whether it is non-minister, these all will be the private member bill, except the minister. This is public bill. Let's start non-public. Okay, here also same classification. If elected, can the nominated members present the private member bill? Yes, there is no restriction like that. So the point here is that we need to know exactly this classification and which can present, because UPSC can create the sentences and try to trap us here. Getting the clarity? Okay. Now there are some facts like it can be by the non-minister. Second fact, it requires 30 days notice. For the public bill, it requires only 7 days notice. Now what UPSC will do? They exchange this, or they will make this to 7 days issue. Generally, private member bills are introduced in Fridays. Fridays are the day, generally, not compulsory. Generally, that is also one of the fact. Next fact here, which is very important. Remember, only the fact we have to be clear, that is only 14 bills, I think. Till now, only 14 bills has been passed in the parliament. Only 14. And recently, no. Till 1970, only private member bill has been passed. So if the statement has been made here that recently a private member bill has been passed in India for the first time, it would be wrong. Earlier also passed 14. So this fact we have to remember. So if we know these facts, these are the important facts, and along with that, the responsibility to present and prepare this bill is with the private member. The government doesn't help here. Okay, so such kind of facts, if we know, just the points we have to remember for the short notes we need, so that we can revise quickly and then solve the questions. Okay, so this is going to be our approach to first analyze the previous year question, what they are asking, and then cover the basics, see the PYQ, see the what is going on in current, and then lastly we have to practice to check our understanding. Now try to solve this. Option. Huh? 2, 4. A. 2, 4 are correct. Okay, let's see one by one. Anyone here in the online, if they have responded? Let's check. Okay, not there. Okay, let's see. With reference to the private member bills and resolutions in the parliament, consider the following statement. A private member bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Is it right? Wrong. We can introduce in both. So one is wrong. So we can eliminate B and D. Okay. Now we left with 2, 4 and 2, 3. So we don't have to see the 2. Let's see the 3 and 4. A private member's resolution, if adopted, is binding on the government. Can it be binding? No, it's not binding. It's not binding because it's a private member bill. Otherwise, what will happen is that the government's role can be reduced. Anyone can do that. So what left? 3 is wrong. So C can be eliminated. A is correct answer.
So is discussion and introduction purpose? Is discussion and introduction purpose? Discussion on private members
is usually scheduled on the Friday. Yes, discussion and second thing is.
As you said, introduction.
Discussion.
So,
see, introduction can be made Generally, you introduce and then your speaker or the presiding officer schedules discussion. There will be a lot of bills proposed by the either private member or the government. Then the speaker have this power to schedule that which bill will be discussed on which day. So they have decided that on Friday generally they will discuss on this particular private member bill. Okay.
Very few. Yeah, so you
That's a very vague statement. Vague statement. A very few members' bill have been passed by the parliament since independence. That's a very vague statement, but yes, that's correct on it. Because you can't say that this is not a definite word, but it is more definite. It's binding. It's definite. And whenever we know that, whenever we eliminate options in this UPSC, we try to eliminate which are definite. General statements are most of the time wrong. I'm saying most of the time, not always. Right. So here it is like a very vague and the general statement, and generally it is discussed. If a person, a professor who will make the question, this kind of question, they have this understanding that private member bill has not been passed more frequently. And if you think the perspective of the examiner or the person who has created this question, that might be this thinking. And that is the problem with the UPSC questions, that there are subjectivity in the interpretation. And that's why sometimes UPSC have to eliminate some of the question. 2-3 questions they drop, right? So that nature will be there. We have to go for the most accurate answer. So based on that, option A will be correct. Okay. So similarly, we need to cover the other types of bills in order to cover this particular topic. So I think this was my today's delivery, that what I wanted to discuss in today's session was just a kind of demonstration. For that, I have created some PDF. We have created some PDF for you. That, for example, this is the analysis. Yeah. For example, this is the parliament topic, and within the parliament topic, there are subtopics like what are the subtopics, and within that, what are the topics. Like for money bill, you see 2015 bill procedure, they are asking questions like this. This will be shared with you. Bill lapse question, what type of question they are asking. If this PDF, if it is there, then since we will be targeting these topics, micro topics, within the bill topic, within the parliament, within the subtopic bills, we will be targeting the micro topics. Same micro topic, this question we will discuss here also. This PDF will be there with you, so that you can see like what exactly sentences they are following or the forming to solve this type of question. Okay. And then we have also created the current affairs. The current affairs, like this only, the questions which will be provided. Topic wise current affairs questions and the practice question. So on the same line, you will be getting the class, you will be getting the notes, you will be getting the PYQ, you will be getting the current affairs question on this, and you will be getting the practice questions, current affairs and practice question. So that way it will be targeted. Yes, we will miss some of the topics which are not very important, like they have not asked like it goes to first reading, second reading, third reading, then it goes to committee. Everything need not to be discussed here, but we have to be very focused considering the what UPSC asking and what is the best way we can do, right? So that is going to be the way we are going to cover this subjects. Okay, any doubt?
notice issued by
Uh-huh.
in the case of private member bill,
Mhm.
notice issued by whom
Notice issued by
and to whom?
notice issued to whom? To the private member. By whom? Notice issued by the speaker under the direction of speaker. See, your Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha both have the secretariat. Secretariats are under the speaker, presiding officer. The Lok Sabha secretariat is under the speaker. Rajya Sabha secretariat is under the chairman, right? So this under the guidance of this presiding officer they work. So these all notices, bill, these all works are done by the secretariat, headed by the Lok Sabha secretary, right? Generally who are IAS officers. So they release under the guidance of the speaker and the chairman.
So notice issued by speaker to private member.
Yes, yes. Notice will be given by the private. Suppose I am a private member bill from the opposition. I have to submit a notice to the not to the government, to the secretariat, Through the secretariat, it will go to the speaker. If you go to the exact procedure, I will say give a notice that I am going to propose a bill on the National Commission on Men. So I have to give that how many days? 30 days before. It's not like the just 1 week before I'm giving, they won't accept it. Then only they will table, because they got a lot of bill, right? So they will plan things like in this day this will be discussion, on this day this will be the discussion. Otherwise, what will happen? There are how many members? Total MPs? And in Rajya Sabha, 250 around, right? So now imagine like everyone starts giving the bill. How difficult it would be for the working, right? But the ministers are how many? Around 70, 60, 70. So if every ministry is coming up with 1 or 2 bill, it's easy to do that scheduling. So 7 days, that makes sense because it will be less. But if it is a private member bill, there may be many. So that requires more time, right? So that kind of logical thinking we need to bring in order to eliminate sometime. Everything we cannot mug up, right? Yeah. Everyone first attempt or previous? First attempt. Very good. All the best. Okay, for those who are online, thank you so much for joining us.